Dexter plays Kenshi from LoFi Games.
Welcome back to Kenshi. We're still in our nice house here, the snail house. And the snail house is nameless? Really? Can I name the snail house? Apparently I can't name it here. I probably could name it if I built it myself. But we're sitting here at the research station, and we're doing some research. What we're researching at the moment is simple training dummies, because I want to show you something with the training dummies. And we're doing a couple other things while we're at it, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But one of the things I like to do in the beginning of Kenshi with my character, and maybe that's just because I have such long ingrained RPG roots, is to try and up my skills. I'm approaching this initially as a single player game with a single character. It is not a single character, single player game, but you know, it's kind of fun to do it, and nothing says you couldn't try. You know, matter of fact, that might be worth doing at some point. Just do a single player, single character Kenshi run through and see what happens. It would certainly change gameplay quite a bit. But you can see there's a lot of skills in here. So we're going to look at this, and we're going to work on upgrading some of these skills. And I want to talk about how you do that. So right over here are your attributes. These attributes apply pretty importantly to a few areas. Strength is really how much stuff you can carry. It also gives you some extra damage, both in martial arts, but it also governs your ability to attack with the heavy weapons, for example, and hackers. It also has some impact on blunt. Toughness is all around. Oh, and the way you get that up is basically you run around with a lot of weight on you. That's pretty much the only way to raise it. So you've got these silly situations where you're loading up your backpack full of rocks, and then you put a body on your back, and then you run across the terrain back and forth. To train up your strength, and you can do that and just grind it up. There's also some mods out there that allow you to do like weightlift training. I don't have any of those installed. Toughness is just about how much damage you take. And if you take a look at this at the moment, let me just stop here for a second. If you look down in the box there at the lower left hand corner, under toughness says stats affected, damage resistance minus 52. That's not an error. I am taking 52% extra damage because my toughness is so low. I'm a wimp. I'm not tough at all. It also gives me my base martial arts damage of 6. It also has an impact on my ability to do knockouts, which is something that you use both stealth and assassination for. Stealth to sneak up, assassination to actually get the ability to knock somebody out. And then you have some other stuff in there, like, you know, my XP rate for being knocked out. So, you know, if I get knocked out, how long do I spend out? There is some impact on this as well as on how fast you can recover. Let's see if I can sneak out there. There we go. How I can sneak out, or how long it'll take if I get knocked out. So if I'm down and out, this is the amount of damage it takes to stagger me. So the higher this is, the better. You know, more damage has to be done to actually prevent me from continuing what I am doing. But really, the only way to get this up is to get hammered. That's it. So you kind of want to get in and get into some scrapes with that to have that go up. So toughness is really just survivability. Dexterity is around quick weapons like katanas. It's also very important in ranged weapons such as turrets and crossbows. And so you want to be able to bring up your dexterity for that. And the best way to do that is just to attack with either light weapons or crossbows. You can get that up if you do that. See here, it doesn't say that here, but if I just keep going out there with crossbows, my dex will go up. Perception is actually a very handy thing. It helps to increase not only your accuracy, but your ability not to shoot people. So there is friendly fire in this game. If I shoot into a group of people, I'll have to worry about the precision shooting here. And this is really how well can I avoid hitting my own people. And that's the attributes there. And then we've got the skills. But before we do the skills, you just saw I completed my training on the dummies. So now if I take a look at this, if I go in here, there's an under list training. I can do blockbox and training dummies. Did I put out a lockbox? I don't think I did I? That's not a lockbox, is it? Let me get out here. What is this? That's copper storage. That's not something. And that's my counter. Okay, so yeah, we're going to build a couple of items here in the training category. I'm going to build a training dummy. A dummy. Usually you can put this outside if you want to, but it's blue because I'm too close to the town, so I have to put it inside if I want to use it. Can I don't think there is a second floor of this that I can get to, is there? No. because it's all broken in. One of the things I don't like about it. And I don't like the fact that once you buy this place, this doesn't clear up. That really needs to be the case. If I buy a building, you should replace it with a regular building, or at least clear out the rubble and allow it to be upgraded once I get the skill to build that kind of a thing. But, well, hey, we'll put that there. All right. And then I'm going to put a lockbox in here as well. Let's see. I'm going to put it over here, I think. And let's turn this thing around a little bit. I'm using my greater than or less than keys to place that. There we go. And confirm. And Dexter, why don't you come over here and fix that? Take off your jobs. Go over here and fix that. Do I not have the components for it? Iron plates. I thought I had a couple iron plates. I do. Take those iron plates. Go over there. Fix that, dude. Oh, he's not an engineer. Hey, Hobbs. How you doing, buddy? You got a load of copper for me? Yeah, Hobbs and Gameson are out there working on the copper. They're my cash flow at the moment. All right, so you can see here that I've got my thing. Let's go speed this thing up. So I've got my iron plates installed, and now I'm going to build this thing out. And next I'm going to go ahead and build out this. What do I need for this? 4 iron plates. Of course I need 4 iron plates. Whatever. We're going to come over and buy more iron plates because I can't make them yet. That's another aspect. All right, where are you? Hi. Show me your goods. What do you got? What you got? It? You don't have an iron plate, man. You have iron. No, you have copper. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait for him to load up again. I could use some more. I'll take all of these. Wait. Why are those not loading up in there? Weird. Okay, whatever. Something else to note. There's some research in here, and this is a little blueprint. Let's grab this blueprint and see what that does for me, okay? Really? Goes into the quiver? Shouldn't have been a guy. That's a bug. That's the mod I have installed for quivers, and it's making it basically a backpack. All right, come back in here. All right, so with the blueprints, if you right-click them, you gain the ability to build one of these things. I'm not actually there yet, so I'm going to put this in into my storage, and I have some. I need to get some more iron plates. But before that, let's take a look at this. So I've got the locksmith training box, and in here I can see that maximum number of workers is 1. I can put 1 person here, and it says max skill level is 10. So if I click on this, I'm going to go over and start training. And if I look at my stamina as I train, where's my lockpicking? Right there. You can see that the lockpicking is going up. So I don't have to actually train on actual locks to get my skill up. And in fact, that might be difficult in the beginning because a lot of the locks will be a little bit too high for me. But now at least I have this box I can practice on. It's the way it's built, it's got a little bit of a see-through mechanic on it, so that on the lock. At least that's what the description is saying. So that when you're playing with it, you can see what you're doing and learn how to mess with the lock to get it to unlock. That's the way this thing is working. So I can just stick on this thing and it will train me up to level 10. So that's what we're doing there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go get ourselves some iron plates to build the training dummy. All right. Well, I'm going to let this go ahead and get 1 more. And when we get there, we'll talk about some of these other things. So we have various weapon types. We have katanas, and the katanas are really good for quick strikes. They've generally got good attack, decent defense. Though sabers are best for defense if you want them. They're also a heavier blade, so you can use them to get through armor. As you can see here, each of these do different kinds of damage. This is a heavier blade, slower, more cumbersome, but stronger for blocking with and cutting through armor. So this is great for unarmored opponents. This is good for armored opponents. We'll see some more of that when we take a look at stats of these weapons. Hackers are like big axes, butcher knives, things like that. They're really good for causing bleeding. Heavy weapons are the plank that I just purchased. That is a heavy weapon. You can think of these big, the giant running around with the tree is a heavy weapon idea. Blunt is anything like a club, a bludgeon, or anything of that type. This will just do blunt damage, and there's various kinds of damage you can take. You can take cutting damage, blunt damage, and bleeding damage, and we'll talk about some of that later. Polearms will give you a couple of things. One, they give you some reach, and this allows you to actually hit something before it gets close enough to hit you. And if you can keep stunning something with a polearm, you might be able to keep it at range. There's a few animals that do have some decent range. A peak thing, for example, has got a long range. There used to be the blood spiders have this ridiculous range. It's actually I think, bug. So I've got a mod in there that cuts them down to being reasonable. And then over here we've got combat, and the combat is both attack and defense. Attack is how well can I actually land a hit on somebody? How well can I keep somebody from hitting me if I'm blocking? Dodge is just how can I avoid it. And then there's the martial arts. So actual martial arts can be pretty effective in this game, but we're not going to see that for a while, because I'm not going that route. I'm going to go over here towards crossbows. That's where I'm going to go with my guy initially, is try to bring my crossbow up. Two more things over here in athletics. The athletics ability is just how fast you can run, and and this is really critical because there's a lot of stuff out there that wants to eat you, and if you can outrun it, all the better. There's a few things you cannot outrun. One of those things is a beak thing. A beak thing is a nasty little critter. It looks like a giraffe with a bird's beak, and it will do you some damage, and it can run faster than you. So it can chase your butt down. There are ways to deal with it, and we'll see that later. And then there's swimming, which is the same thing as athletics, but in the water. All right, so let's stop right there. Where's my lockpicking at? It's up at 8. I'm pretty happy with that at the moment. So let's go back over here. We're going to go back and see if this guy has reloaded up with some stuff. Hey, how you doing, buddy? What do you got? He has, but he doesn't have enough. That's all right. We'll take what we got right now. How am I doing on everything else? It looks pretty good. You restocked on these things. There we go. So I am really set for my crossbow. I like that. So if I come over here and click on this, I will start to build it up. Where are you, buddy? Dex? Dex. I didn't block anything, did I? Can I not get here? Oh, God, I tell you, I hate this. All right, training dummy. Where am I going to put my dummy, damn it? Well, I'll put it right here. And I'm going to turn it so at least one side is facing out. There we go. Can I get that? Will you fix that? Yes, you will. All right. I'm outgrowing this space. This space is a lot more effective than this, generally speaking, but clearly with all this crap in here, that's not happening. So what it'll do is we'll put in these 2 plates, and it's going to work it up to here. Well, I need more plates. How am I going to do that? I know how I'm going to do that. Here's the map. So I have a rebel base nearby. Let's go take a look, see if the base has got anything in it. He might have some stuff, but it means I have to go outside and all my own. Oh, there's something going on over here. What is this? What happened here? I'll take that. I got food. And he's dead. That's because I took stuff off of him. Where is... Oh, I see. You guys did it. Starving bandits got him. All right. Well, starving bandit, another Garu. We're going to head on over here. I'm not going to be using the leather at the moment, so I'm probably going to sell it off. Hello, stranger. Hello. Let's sell these, and we're going to keep this for food. And he's got some stuff. That's great. What do you got over here? Another plank. I don't need a plank, but you know what? You got some books. I'll take books. Books are always great to grab if you can get it. And it looks like I can top off on my arrows. Am I out of... I can't afford it. I'm out of money. I spent all my cash. Oh, God. All right. Now, I saw... Where were you up here? Here you are. You're over here. You're chasing Garu around. I might actually come back and grab this stuff. This is one of those things that in this game is during the fights. Holy smokes. What the... What happened here? Oh, it's a hunger dude. All right. Yeah, we're going to come back and grab you, too. Where are you, Dex? Come on. Nobody's attacking my people down there yet, right? Nope. Nope. Good. All right. So, get in here. Let's go in here and drop off our books. I got that piece. I also want to go over here and use the... There we go. Use the fire, cook up some meat. Where's my deal here? Let's go put there. Here you go. Seriously? What the hell? Game? I am not happy with you. I'm probably going to finish building this thing off, and I won't be able to use it. That will be so annoying. Alright, so you're done there. We look good here. Let's go out again. You had some stuff, right? Yes, you did. No room for that. What? No room right there. What are you talking about? There we go. So now I've stripped him. Let's go in here and sell it off. It's not. Let's take a look how much I'm going to make out of this. I'm at 182. 80 gold or 80 C, 80 credits. But that is looking here. And I'm going to sell off some copper as well. That's my money source. Hey, look at that. 1,200? That's nice. And I like the fact that, of course, you can get the range here. Boop. Not a problem. I'll just load up. And then talk to him again. Nice. 28. Sweet. Now I'm going to need to build up some more cash here because I do need to have some cash to purchase the iron that I need for my next training session. You don't have to have everybody in your party with a high locksmith skill. Really, you just need one, and you'll be good with that. I don't have any more things here. Oh, it's tempting. Where's my cash? Spent it all on books. Here's my thing here. Can I reach? Can I reach? Nice. Long arm of the law. All right, let's sell off the last of this. We got 2 more stacks we're going to sell off. And then we'll take a look, see if he's going to have any more steel iron plates. No, not Hobbs. Hobbs, damn it. There you go, Hobbs. Dex. You're the one who should be grabbing all this. All right, so we've got a base going here, and I'm pleased with the cash flow. We can keep everybody fed, which is pretty important. I'll take some of that food off the thing there in a second. Let's see here. You just finished talking to him. Drop that off. Thank you. He hasn't reloaded, and I don't think there's anything in there I need at the moment. No. All right. Let's go back here. We still have some more stuff we have to do at our training spot. Let me take a look and see my inventory. Our inventory looks okay for being low level. We have some laboring still here. We've got our science because we've been doing work over. Get that going. Because we've been working over here at the research center. So if I look here, we'll see that this is going up as I do research. And the more I get, the better I get at it. Very RimWorld-ish from that point of view. Engineering is from building, which you've seen me do a few times. Field medic comes from patching yourself up, and the higher this is, the faster you are at patching people up. The higher the engineering thing is, the faster you build. That's all there really is to it, just how fast you rebuild or repair. Robotics is the same thing as field medic, but for robotics, for robots, for like if you have robotic limbs, cybernetic limbs, you use that to repair. And then, of course, the science helps you to do your research faster. So we've talked about combat, we've talked about range. The turrets are mounted weapons that go up on walls. They're basically crossbows mounted to the wall like ballista. That's what that would be for. So let's talk about thieving. Stealth is basically the mechanic that allows you to go from one place to another. So let me turn this job off. We'll show you some stealth here. Come out here. You click this down here to sneak, and you can see I've got 2 icons here. The icons are blue, I'm not spotted, and how much light is there out here? You know, am I in a place that's well lit, or am I in a place that's not so well lit? So if I walk up in here and I go inside, it went from yellow to red. I'm spotted, and it's going to show me a little red arrow saying I'm spotted from this direction. This guy right here has got me. He sees me. I think it's that one of these two guys, or is it the guard? No, it's the guard that sees me. I can tell that because my that little fist thing is saying 0%. If it's 0%, I'm spotted. See the yellow for a second there? That means he didn't notice me, but now he sees me. He's like, "What are you doing over there?" So that's what so you see how that thing moves. All right. So that's important. Keep that in mind. Next is the lock picking. So if I come over here, like for here, example, this thing right here, if I right clicked on it, it would go over there to start to unlock it, but that's what that icon is. It says it's locked, and I need to use lock picking skill to get it. And when I get there, it'll give me a percentage chance to open it based on the level of the lock and the level of my skill. The last thing in here is assassination. That's that little fist thing. The fist thing says, if I snuck up on this guy and he didn't spot me and I took a whack at him, I have a 39% chance of just knocking him out straight, regardless of where he's at. Just putting him down. And if I can put him down, then I can pick him up, run off with him, use him for a bounty, for example, if he's got a bounty on him, or I can strip him, or whatever else I want to do with that. You know, I could throw him in prison. So that's what the assassination is used for, is to be able to sneak up behind somebody and knock them out. This is not sneak up behind them and kill them. Very important. Then there's the trades. The last thing here is we got weaponsmith, and I'm going to go ahead back here and take this thing off, stop sneaking. You can raise your sneak skill just by walking around the town sneaking, and that skill will go back up. But let's take a look here at the trade. So weaponsmith, there is a station that you can build weapons at, and the higher your weaponsmith skill is, the better the stuff that it is you make, and the faster that you make it. So, for example, I could start making katanas, and if I were making katanas or planks, I bought a plank. So if I could use the plank, I could make better planks rather than really crappy planks, and I can do it faster. It has no impact on what I use to actually do it with, though. So if it takes one iron plate to make it, it'll always take one iron plate to make it. The last few things are armorsmith. Armorsmith is obviously making armor. This accounts for both metal armor, leather armor, chain armor, cloth armor, any of those things. Anything you wear counts as armor. Crossbow smith is basically a weaponsmith, but it's used for just specifically crossbows. There's about 4 or 5 different types of crossbows. This also allows you to create the ammo for them, so making bolts. Then the higher this goes up, the faster you make those things and the better quality. Laboring is all of the stuff you've seen, like, for example, digging at an iron source, digging at a copper source, running an iron mill, anything like that that isn't covered by these other trades is labor. And this is already up because I was working at the copper mine for a while. Farming is, there's specifically things you can plant. You can plant cactus, you can plant cotton, you can plant wheat, you can plant vegetables, hemp. Any of these things you plant, so every time you go in there to tend them, and every time you go in there to harvest them, you get some farming skill. The higher your farming skill, the better you harvest. So a yield, you can see I'm at 51% right now. So if I have a 100% plot, and there's a percentage on your plots depending on how well the place is. If I have a 100% plot, this says I'm likely to get half of the harvest, because I'm just so bad at farming. I'm going to bodge it every other time, and so I'll get half of what's there. If it's a half plot, because I'm in a place that's not very fertile, and so it's only growing half of its potential, when I go in there, I take half of that, so I only get a quarter of it. So some important things there. Cooking is all the stuff that you might make up there. You can make up your food cubes, anything else that you might make in a cooking station is cooking. And the higher this goes up, the faster you make the stuff. That's it. So those are all the skills. The only other thing we have to do is to take a look at this training station. We're not there yet, so we'll come back and take a look at that in the next episode. And I have what's planned. I want to take a look at the map and moving around on the map, and so we're going to make a run over here to Squin in the next episode. Come back and join me. Take care. Bye-bye.
Creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows, I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whisper in the name. alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a